Hi guys, welcome back. So today I have a very special guest, as you can tell, and I am at Aanam's place. This is Aanam Chashmawala. For those of you who don't know, of course, I'm sure we kind of share similar viewers. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys have seen us for like the longest time, and I've been wanting to make this happen for so long, and I'm so glad we are finally here together. We did do like a really nice video on her channel, so please go watch that. And if you guys are here from her channel, then hello, thank you for being here. I thought initially I would really want you to do my makeup, but the thing is, I think we're just running out of time, and I want to do that. Today, let's just sit and chat.
We'll do that another time.
Yeah, so
100%.
But today I thought, because we both have our brands, let's talk a little bit about that. Maybe play like a nice makeup never have I ever. Yeah? Okay, so I was googling up a few like questions that I thought we could do.
Today's been a day of answering questions for us, right?
Hannah, we had so many.
First it was spicy on my channel, and now it's businessy on yours.
Yeah, let me see if there was any questions that we got from the question that I put up. What is Aanam wearing on her lips? It's a good question. What is it, Aanam?
You're gonna get me into trouble. I'm wearing Verified. Basically, so much like Debasree, I have my own beauty brand as well, and Debasree is so kind and so nice. She always gives me so much support, and she's wearing cashmere rose on her.
I am.
Actually,
yes.
even I'm wearing cashmere rose today.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's kind of mixed with the lipstick I have also, but it was cashmere rose, and
yeah.
I think it's just such a beautiful color. I love that color, and honestly it just blends so well. Like, you guys need to go check the blushes out because the name is so apt. It is genuinely so buildable, blendable. It's so soft and pigmented at the same time. Sometimes pigmented blushes can go up patchy.
Yeah,
on your cheeks.
Yep.
I'm sure you must have had those samples.
Yeah, so I feel like when it comes to blushes, it can be really tricky because to sell from a commercial standpoint, not everybody thinks they need blushes. But it's only once you start using blushes that you realize what you've been missing out on. With blush textures, I feel like some are so subtle and some are so up there that I wanted to create a formula that is truly buildable and is not chalky.
Yeah, I know what you
So
mean.
it was tough.
It is so well milled.
Yeah, and it's tough to achieve at a certain price point also.
Yes, I feel like sometimes the packaging is more expensive than the actual product because I'm trying to reduce the cost of the actual product. Also because I'm a bootstrap company.
Same.
So I cannot order I don't have economy of scale basically.
Yes.
So either have to compromise on the formula, which never, or you compromise on the packaging.
Which maybe sometimes you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
So that's kind of also where Verified I faced a lot of problems on, right? Because like it took me 4 years to work on the brand, and it took me 4 years to collect capital for the first few products even. Right?
Yeah. I saved up.
Yeah. I started saving up in like 2016, 2017, and I finally got to launch Verified in 2021. And I think that one of the main takeaways I had was that I was getting rejected by factories because I couldn't.
The numbers that you needed, right?
You need to order their minimum order quantities, not just minimum order quantities. Then if you like certain things about the formula but you want modifications made, you need to spend time in R&D, you need to spend money in R&D. You need to make sure that then, if you want to bring the cost of a product down, you need to order like 30,000 more. And I'm like, but if I had the money for 30,000 more, I'd order 30,000 more, but I don't have the money for it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of variables to running a bootstrap business, and I think both of us are doing the best we can, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I think we've really sunk in deep, and was it like a difficult plunge for you? Were you like intimidated before starting a brand?
The thing is, when I was growing up, my dad had his own business, so I come from a family where both my parents have always had their own businesses. So not from that standpoint, but when you look at e-com, it's so technical. It has so much to do with analytics.
So much to do.
It has so much to do with, performance marketing and making sure you're running a sale once a month or once in 2 months. So the way I try to find ways around it is I really dig into numbers. I really dig into insights. I don't okay and greenlight a sale or come up with an offer unless we've hit certain sales targets. It can be intimidating. It can be very intimidating every once in a while, but it's such a satisfying process. I was at an event recently where I got introduced to some like a newer creator, and she said, oh, you know what, can I tell you something? And she had my lipstick in her purse. She said she didn't know me, But she found me because on the Instagram bio of verified it says by Aanam C. So she didn't know me, the creator, but she knew my brand, and that's how she found me, and that just makes me so happy.
Isn't that so gratifying?
I came home and I cried. It was like, I was like, dude.
Remember when we were at Couture Week and that mommy blogger,
Yes,
she came in?
Yes.
That was such a wonderful
I cried.
moment.
I cried.
That was so. I'll tell you what happened. You must have seen her in my Couture Week.
Mom wears Prada.
Prada,
Is her
yes,
handle.
yeah. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. I'm really bad with names,
Me
but
too.
I do remember her handle, and that was it. I'm gonna mention it here. Basically, she came up to Aanam and she said, "I love everything that you're doing, especially your brand, because you have shown the vulnerable side."
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, and you know, I remember her saying that, you know, I have seen you cry over it, I've seen you suffer over it, I have seen you work hard towards it, I have seen you enjoy it and reap the benefit, and I enjoyed the entire process, and thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for, you know, creating a brand and you know, taking it out.
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm a complete weirdo.
That's
sorry.
So sweet. I'm so sorry. I don't
No,
know, I get so
I'm
awkward,
sorry.
like, I
No,
don't know
no,
what to
it's
do. Can I
fine.
get you
Keep
some
talking.
tissues?
No, you're very sweet.
So
Just ignore me. I'm a glycerine ki tanki.
So I love that, but the thing is, you know what, I don't think I want this video to be never have I ever anymore. I think I just want this because now suddenly I have so many business related questions.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
sure I have questions for you too.
Yeah, I think let's just do that, and then we'll stop when we think that it's getting beyond a certain point, or when the battery starts getting low. That's when we're like, you know.
It's a new battery. I just put it. It's going to take a while.
Yeah. So, what is one of the biggest learnings that you had from this entire new business that you set up?
Professionally,
Yeah, of course.
I know I've had personal learnings also for sure.
Okay, we can answer both.
I feel professionally the biggest learning I had was that I, like, you know, you've been around for so long in the content creator space. I've been around for so long in the content creator space. I complete 11 years in December, and I kept feeling like I couldn't do anything else but this, because this is what I'm now programmed to do, and nothing else will make you so happy.
Yeah.
And I realized on launching Verified, on seeing the love that the, like, I'm gonna for a second discount all my blogger friends, my family, my friends, who all may or may not have a certain amount of bias to me. I'm just going to talk about followers, or I'm going to talk about customers rather, who converted. We had people who within the first month had come and bought 2 lipsticks. I launched with 10 lipsticks. We had people who came and bought 2 lipsticks, then came and bought 4 more, then came and bought 2 more, then came and bought 2 more, and they had the entire 10. And then they would come back and buy sets of 10 and gift, because we launched in like gifting season, you know, last year in October. I feel like professionally what I have learned is the one thing I stuck to my guns on was product quality. There is no
Absolutely.
hack
Yeah.
to product quality, because when I started working on my lipsticks, my goal was to create a brand that would have lipsticks under $5.99. That was very ambitious of me to think so, because I was naive and I didn't know how the economies of scale is supported into production and manufacturing, and how MOQs work and things like that. Minimum order quantities, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I realized that, okay, so long as I'm under the 1,000 mark and I'm in the affordable mastige category, as we call
To
it.
be honest, can I just quickly interrupt? Because despite my cost being 999, a lot of people find it expensive. That's one of my biggest feedback I've had.
You know, and we've had this conversation before. I think when you launched or something like that.
Yes.
999 for a brand at your scale, we fall into the same scale, at our scale, is a very realistic number. The reason behind that is because costs for us are, like, hypothetically speaking, the sales we do in a month is what a ginormous brand, I don't want to take names because I'll sound like I'm shading them. I'm not. I'm really happy for them, and we aspire to be them, but like the big brands may do those sales in like a day.
Yeah.
You know, and during Diwali in an hour. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like I'm very realistic about the fact that at our scale, products are 10x more expensive for us than they are to them. Marketing, even the way it works, is more expensive to us if we choose to opt in for performance marketing.
Of course.
Even packaging components, for that matter, the more you buy, the cheaper they
it
become.
gets.
So while I understand that some people, and I think that
Also, where you are manufacturing it also really.
100, oh, not even just where you're manufacturing, at the same manufacturing unit, you could be opting for
Different
ingredient
pricing,
levels A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, E.
So for me, all
Quality
of
wise.
it is based out of India. So that's where the quantity is lesser. That's where the cost kind of keeps increasing and
Yeah.
increasing.
Controversial opinion, making in India is great, but
Yeah.
it is more expensive than making in China.
Which is why my products are. But also China has a certain MOQ, which is also more than what.
Yeah.
I would want to.
And again, see,
Which is why also is China cheaper.
affordability is subjective. See, today
Yeah.
it depends on which way you look at it, right? Like, so in my case, our lipsticks and highlighters are priced at 899 rupees. We don't charge shipping for anything. You buy a 449 rupee makeup brush on my website and there's zero shipping. So what I try to do at my end is where I can cut corners and make things cheaper, I do, right? But when it comes to product cost, that's not in my control.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Similarly, when Debasree has certain costs, right? It's easy to say, oh, it must be costing this much, but there are overheads, there are rents, there are fee at a small scale. What a lot of people also have to do, the kind of people we hire are multi-hyphenators.
Yeah.
Which means instead of paying two people's salaries of 50,000 rupees, we'll pay one person's salary of a 75,000 rupees. Samjho, I'm giving very random numbers over here, but just so you get context of ratio and proportion. So our expenses are also, and you have your own warehouse too.
Yes.
I have my own warehouse too. The minute you have your own warehouse, your costs go up because you're not just giving it outsourcing for fulfillment, which works for some people and may not work for people like us.
I mean, especially if you need control, you have your own warehouse.
There are so many factors that go into this, and
I think this is going to be a great video for anyone who's looking into the real whatever goes behind the scenes of creating our own brand. And I couldn't have done it with like a better person than you, because I feel like if you watch our previous video, you know that one of the words that I describe Aanam as is business savvy, and I really truly mean it, because you really are so good at this, and you take your time for the research. Maybe your control really helps in this. No,
My
need to know it all.
Yes,
really helps. Yeah.
So
and
context,
also, can I also be honest that, you know, coming from a business background, you also have seen what kind of risks to be taken, where you can take risk, what are the say different avenues that you need to take care of. I do not come from a business family at all. Like,
correct.
Farthest,
which makes a huge difference, because see, my partner Jerry, my husband, comes from a job background. His dad's worked at a bank for all his life, so he was so much like Jerry. I keep saying, I get it.
We're good at the creative side, the operation side,
even the strategic side,
right? which I think is in the creative.
But see, like for example, when I grew up, because my dad had his own retail establishment from 1984 to 2014.
Oh wow, okay.
And my mom's had her own Indian wear clothes women's brand, where she does a few ready now, and she's actually going to launch her brand next year.
We're going to link that down below.
Thank you. And she does her own custom bridal wear, Indian wear. And
oh my god, should I check her out for my wedding?
Yeah. I'll introduce you.
Okay, done.
I feel like
maybe we should do that chai.
I told you, see,
yeah, coming
must.
Soon. Yeah.
So for me, growing up, business and work was dinner table conversation.
See, I did not have that.
Yeah. So those are the things where I would like learn from my parents, or like for example, when I was working on costs for my lipsticks, right? I could go to my dad because he had his own brand, and
so
he would be like, cut here, don't cut here, don't do this. He's like, no, you charge extra here because you have to, but you can avoid. Like for example, I remember in one of the few moments there were paper quality issues and this and that, and he said you spend more on monocarton, touch and feel and experience, and maybe if I didn't have that, I would have opted for one level down.
Same, but I've had this exact same
but
thing.
I will ask people. I'm here, like I keep telling people, give me advice. Whether I take your advice or not is my final call. But I want to know all points of view. I always want to know, and this is how I am as a person.
So I remember how I asked you was like some of the mistakes that you made. For me, it was costing. I never, for me,
I
what
will sit with you on cost. I'm
I
gladly like offering my services.
I would love that, because see, for us shipping is there, because I genuinely did not realize how much of an issue it is. I didn't
Shipping
even
is an
add
issue.
listen, I didn't even add GST to my first product's cost. Yeah, I'm losing out money on that, because now I don't, because already it's so expensive for people, and I don't want to go back on my word.
So
on,
you are eating 18% into your cost, into your profit.
yes, and my profit is so, and I the margin that I kept is so less that I can't even put that product into, say,
Sales.
for example, a third party retailer, because what they are charging me is more than what I'm going to earn.
1 second. Can this go into a segue to third party retailers? Because I think one of the most common questions we get.
Yeah, I do get that, because they're like, I can use my coupons, I have this sale and this, and the sale also goes on from our end.
It
and
is a loss for small brands like
Yes.
us. Have you heard the commissions out there?
Yeah.
They will not just forget breaking even. They will eat us up alive.
Oh yeah, and then so whatever
Gonna give it
margin
so
they were
much trouble to
asking,
see.
the margin that they're asking, and I want this to be known, the margin that they're asking, they're also asking for an additional. So whenever they have the sale, I'm supposed to give that additional 10 or 15% or however much I can, but I have nothing left to give, and I'm going to be only one of the brands which is not on sale, which means I'm not going to be pushed.
Yes, everything she just said. Because as I these are similar
Unfair
struggles.
AF,
Yeah,
And I've had this conversation with, like, as highest as it can get in terms of people
Yeah,
that
I know what
so and have lengthy in-person meetings. Thankfully, touch wood, I am in the position where I can reach out to people.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is the issue? And I'm a go-getter that way. I'm like, what is the issue? I want to be here. I'm constantly listening to people, and I need to be here. Like remember, we were having a conversation on how I put the products as my Instagram shop. I
Yeah.
spent a whole day figuring it out, and I knew once I pick it up, I'm doing it.
but see, that's the thing. Things
But
that are
with this,
in our
there's
control.
But there's no getting to it, because and you're not the only one that they're doing this to. They're doing it to the biggest of the biggest brands.
No, but the bigger brands can afford it.
Exactly.
Because their margins are so much higher.
Yeah.
When you compare a $9.99 product to a $3.99 product, I assure you, I don't know her costs, I don't know their costs, but they still have a bigger margin than she does.
100%.
And
The
that's what the
quantity
difference
of their product is, the ratio is insane. Like, they'll give you, say, a 0.5 grams for $3.99, and you get like 8 grams for $8.99.
Yeah, but okay, can I tell you, I won't take names because we're on camera, but I once, because I was inquiring with a certain, factory that makes a very popular product for another brand, and they gave
I mean,
me
all the
bigger-
manufacturers have common. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do go there and you see the product.
So I was like, hey, I'm interested in this product, which of course I'm going to customize my way. I'm not going to take something that's ready, that's not my style.
we had to do that
But
too, which
before-
increased the cost.
Exactly. But I said, before even getting into this, I want to understand what your MOQs are, because I've learned in life that
I know. That was another mistake. I was like, I was not
no,
prepared
so
for
I
that.
spend time on understanding what they work from a modus operandi point of view, and then I will invest time in reformulating the way I want. And I just put my hands back there, and I was like, this is not happening. And over there, I put my hands up and I said, I'm not even getting into formulating with them, because the sales they're doing for one of the leading brands of India, I wouldn't even do in a year, maybe 2 years.
You can't scratch
And that's
that.
what they manufacture for the brand in a month.
And of course, so they're used to that scale of operations.
And then they don't give us gas.
They don't give you. They will refuse to sit with you. They will say, this is the MOQ, do you agree? And then they will get you to the table.
And sorry, but can I throw a new twist here? I've seen the difference in the way they talk to me versus Jerry.
Oh, don't even get me started, because sometimes I let Nikita's dad do the talking because they don't take me seriously.
Yeah, so in the few cases that I have encountered that, I've actually been like, okay, I'm not going to do the follow-up on this because I handle supply chain management and Jerry looks into
Operations,
But on
yeah.
those specific factories, we have had Jerry do the follow-ups, and actually, not to my surprise now that I'm thinking about it, we've not converted to giving any of those factories business.
Of course, why would you?
We've just done sampling stage with them and R&D with them, and we've never really converted to giving them business.
Okay, so you know what? I think we're scaring you guys. What are the good parts? what were the good parts, like genuinely, like the feel good? I think one of the ones is when people converted from that side around. But what are the other more gratifying? I don't think you guys can hear it. Yeah, it's a dog. So, what are the more gratifying aspects of creating a business?
I think seeing people like
Use
and
it?
enjoy.
I love that.
It's something else. It's a different high, I think. I feel like, so sometimes I get DMs where people will tell me what lipstick, and those lipsticks cost like 2,500 rupees or 3,500 rupees, and they'll message me and say, I used to use these lipsticks and I've stopped, now I only use yours. I'm like, yes, this is what I was working towards.
Yeah, how nice.
Or when like somebody will compare my in real life Paris filter, IRL Paris filter airbrush powder, which has gone on to be one of our superstar products, to compare to airbrush powders that cost 4,500 rupees or something like that. I'm like,
oh my god, I'm sorry, I have that in my bag. Can we do a comparison? I really want to.
we do this off camera. I don't want to seem like I'm dissing someone. I'm really not.
Not off camera only. I am quite oily, so I do want to try it.
I genuinely feel like when, to me as a,
No, only because I've never tried it.
yeah, I'm gonna make you try it. I just don't want to do it off because I don't want to seem like I'm dissing.
Of course. No, this is only about getting to know BTS.
Because I know
of
it's
starting
better.
business. It is. I cannot wait. Let's do half and half. I really want to
Because I know
try.
it's better.
Because it's one of the products that I've dented, like panned.
Yeah.
So let's
gonna-
see. Let's later on. Okay.
But that's the best part for me.
Yeah.
That's the best part for you.
So for me as well, when I have seen, when people tell me that they finally found this color.
The lavender that you're wearing is
yeah.
one of my that colors. I reach for it and apply it and it's smidgy it and I love
I love
it.
the word smidgy.
Yeah.
So
should name a liner that, okay?
smidgy, no? Yeah. We need to put a D in front of it, can we?
Smidgy? Smidged?
We'll figure it out.
The smidgy.
Ah yeah, the smudged
We'll think.
Oh, can I give you guys a quick, now that I've spoken about my relationship, can I tell you guys, and everybody initially had it really complimented the names, whoever got the puns and how funny, and some of them were nice and some of them had some, other meanings, like something personal anecdotes, but people really appreciated the name, so thank you. I will give full credits to Ramesh.
Aww.
He is so good with his words. What about building team? Was it easy for you? Delegating?
It didn't come naturally to me as a creator because the creative control, or because I didn't want to delegate and just give access, for example, of my Instagram to someone. Those kind of things I didn't want to do. But I think
Have you done it now?
I have. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. 11 years is a long time. Somewhere in the middle, you kind of let go and understand that these are the things that I'm going to need to do or I'll burn out. As a brand, I think I've leveraged the experiences as a creator on this side. I think more than teams, what I did early that has worked for me is I got into strategy very early, in a sense that
Interesting.
as a creator, I've never believed in strategizing. It's always been
We've never
organic.
done that, na? Like how we're filming this video today.
हम
na?
बैठ के decide कर रहे थे कि क्या करें. It's like that.
Like if you guys are watching it from the beginning,
You know.
Yeah, you know that it was supposed to start as a never have I ever or like a Q&A.
Yeah.
But then, and I love my unprepared question. Can I just give myself like a self this, because great questions, Deb.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's
Yeah.
for me, that's what I'm saying. Organically, what comes to you.
Yeah.
is
We've
so
always done
organic.
that. Yeah.
But
But with a brand, it's
as a
important.
brand, one
Yeah.
second. How can you be organic? Because you need a minimum of a year to work on a product. You know?
Absolutely.
So like for example, and like one of the labs asked me, "Up bullet lipstick, matte lipstick, क्यों कर रहे हो? People are moving towards glosses." I said, मेरा trendy brand नहीं है. I'm looking to build this brand in a way that it gravitates from an everyday point of view. So you may take a verified lipstick and top it up with a gloss from some other brand. We'll do glosses in good time, inshallah, but not as of right now. So I was very clear on my strategy that I want to do products that you will reach to on a daily basis.
And also like age wise also, it's pretty inclusive. Trends are very like youth oriented thing.
on a social media thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I would feel like verified as a brand to truly be an essential in your makeup vanity
Has to be that,
has to
yeah.
cover the base, the foundation with which I wanted to build it.
I really like how you've scaled yourself as a brand with all of the because for me my brand is a very, very niche brand, and I knew that.
Yeah.
And I knew that
But
before
your goal
starting.
is that.
My goal is that I always wanted to fill that void, fill that niche. I knew scaling for me would be difficult. I knew going massy for me would be difficult.
Sure.
And that's why I never even kept that as a goal. If it happens, of course, that's a great thing. If it happens, of course, I want everybody to include colors.
Yeah.
But you know, my products have a certain, you need to have a certain makeup knowledge. You need to have certain makeup tools
Yeah.
to have my previous product.
Yeah.
We learned from that, and we created something which is a little bit massy, which is a little bit smaller
Right.
to choose from. So for me, I knew that it wasn't something that I knew I couldn't be in everybody's makeup kit.
Fair enough. But
Yeah.
I think the goals are different, right? Like for me, I knew for sellability, I need the commercial viability, because
Yeah.
that's how I knew I was going to get my returns. So again, my goal was not niche. My goal was, so I mean, look at the
I love that.
look at the
Yeah.
breakdown, right? We launched in October
Business-wise,
with lipsticks.
yeah.
Then we went into IRL Paris filter, compact version. Then we went into blush. Then we launched highlighters. Then we launched a complete
The
range
highlighters are
of.
great as well. Yeah.
Then we launched a complete range of brushes. And
I may have to try that.
then we did a fashion collab, which was super interesting to me because we launched our jewelry.
Oh yes, oh my god, I was wearing
Yeah.
it earlier. Yeah.
And now we have 3 more launches happening between
We
September
should do
and
something
October.
together. Tell us if you want to do something together.
Well, you know, I have some ideas. We've been talking about some ideas, but you give us ideas also now.
Yeah, tell us.
What's next for Debasree?
Oh my god, I think we've scratched so many ideas, and I think, to be honest, I feel like you remember if you watch the other video about the indecisiveness, I think that I'm in that phase right now where I was just going to tell you something that it's very commendable that you started with products that are massy. I would never dare to start to release, say, a lipstick, even if I wanted to, because in my mind there's so many lipsticks in the market.
Fair.
You know, how
I'll
would
tell you how I
distinguish?
see that.
Yeah.
The butt is what distinguishes it from me.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, there are many lipsticks,
No,
but
of
is
course.
it meeting?
I know this also, but
Huh.
for me, I cannot take that risk in my mind. You know what I mean? So I am like, should I stay niche or should we do massy products and then a niche massy products? You know, we
That's a
really-
good flow to go about.
Yeah, that is what it is right now. And I also really want to do multi-purpose products. So that is what we are trying to launch next. We're trying to move away from eyes and move more into face
Sweet.
a little bit. And something you can still use in your eyes, but also like, you know, oh my god, I'm giving up too much.
I was about to say, you want to stop talking?
Yeah. Please blip me. So, no, I mean, I could say that much, but still working on it. There was one idea that went really far, but then we had to really scratch it because, like you said, product has to be the
There's no hack to product quality.
quality, and like, you know, and there were things that, and my price was going higher. I'm like, I cannot, because we're formulating it from the scratch, so it wasn't meeting my standards, it wasn't meeting market standards, it wasn't meeting the market standard pricing. So yeah, it's been a little difficult coming up with the next product, but there are some really interesting products in the pipeline. And more than that, like Aanam was telling you, what I also want to do is really push out into international markets. I'm really working on that because I know that my product is great, and I feel like there are certain countries where my product would work so well.
Yeah.
Because I've been there, I've been appreciated, they've been wanting to buy. It's just that I legally cannot sell.
Yeah.
So I really want to work upon that. Yeah.
Set that goal, baby.
Yeah. That's what
We're
it is.
manifesting here today.
Yes, and help us, you know, reach there. And I really hope that this video kind of gave you an insight on, maybe, I feel like this is like a nice podcast on influencers starting brands.
Businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Any last words? Parting words?
I feel like we've been really candid with a whole lot of things, and Thanks for having me. I feel this was great. We started off with never have I ever, and we landed up having this amazing conversation.
I think it turned out better than
Yes.
what we intended, and I'm so glad we didn't do like. Of course, I want to do the makeup thing, but this was needed.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I'm the one in your house.
No, but you're having me on your channel, and I really appreciate that.
No, thank you. Likewise,
I
absolutely.
love this girl.
Thank you. So that is such a rude thing to say.
Why?
You know, when someone says I.
This is not romantic.
Oh,
You can
that's
say
true.
thank you. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, can I just tell you something about me? I am awkward with showing love.
I know, but it's okay. You're like Jerry.
Yeah, I cannot like.
It's okay.
Nikita is a very loving, vocal person. That way, she would send me kissy emojis, love yous, and it's only very, very rarely she gets it back, and she would be like, "Oh my God, you're saying all of
Yeah,
this."
but it was so much like Jerry. This is the 50th time I'm saying it today.
I
She's so
get
much like
it.
my husband, so I get it. That's why I also immediately understand with your expression or your body
I get
language where you're like, oh, she said she loves me. It's okay. You can say thank you. I won't pull a Leonard and Penny on you. Big Bang Theory fans will get that reference. It's chill.
Okay, cool. All right. On that note, thank you. I think this was nice. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please go subscribe to Aanam's channel. Please go try her products out and let us know what you thought of the products, what you'd like to see in the future. Let us know if you'd want us to create some more content. Maybe.
Yes.
That's about it.
And
Thank
if you're
you.
in the mood for something spicy, you can go over to my channel.
I love this balance. You wanted balance, no, Anna?
Balance.
So serious stuff on my
I should
channel.
stop singing.
No, it's fine. And spicy stuff on Aanam's channel.
I mean, not generally spicy stuff on my channel.
Matlab our collab.
Chat, huh? My God, making it sound very racy.
The more I feel like the more I come to your channel, the spicier it's gonna get.
Woof! Love that.
Oh, you know what? We were supposed to say bye. Our buys are also. You know that meme. It was a reel or something I saw where
The parents.
Yeah,
leave
in a
I saw.
restaurant. That's us. That's us. 5 minutes we've been trying to say bye, but I think that's what makes this video nice.
Bye.
Bye, guys.